Okay, happy Remembrance Day, everyone. So I'm very fortunate today to have Tatay, or our grandfather and great grandfather of our children, Major Oscar Valencia Sr. Thank you for coming today, Tatay.
You're welcome.
So we're doing the live interview questions. This is for life story um, activity. So Tatay, first of all, I would like to ask you questions regarding your childhood, and then we will go to adulthood, and then your present situation right now. So, anyways, Tatay, what year you were born?
I was born July 10, 1928.
1928.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. 1928. And
Yeah.
Tatay, how old are you now? I'm not really good in
Uh,
math, so
well, as of now, I'm 88 years old.
you're 88.
Of course, running 89, God willing.
God willing, yeah. And you doesn't look like 88 years old. You look like 70 or early 70s. And where you were born?
I was born in a small barrio of barangay, they call it Barangay Salamanca,
in in Philippines.
in the Philippines,
In the
Tubuso.
Philippines. Yeah, yeah.
In the town of Tubuso.
Yeah, by the way, we're calling him Tatay. As of most of you maybe wondering what Tatay means. Tatay means father in Filipino. Tatay
Or
is
dad.
or dad. Yeah. Tatay is the like dad for all of us. So anyway, Tay, can you tell me about your parents? Tell me something about your parents.
Um, my my father, my dad was an ordinary farmer.
Mhm.
His his business was about farming, and fortunately we have some. He's a landowner, and
Wow.
we were able to have our coconut plantation. And of
Coconut
course,
plantation. Yeah.
we have rice and corn.
Wow.
So we, we live in a barrio,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
small barrio.
Barrio. Okay.
Yeah.
And how about your mom? Your
My mom
mother?
was purely
Housewife? Oh,
yeah,
housewife.
taking care of us.
And they have any brothers or sisters?
Oh yes, and my five of us, all boys, and then girls,
Mm-hmm.
three girls, and then there was the youngest boy was our who became a priest.
Oh, priest.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, wow, wow.
And so and he's still in Athens, but no longer a priest.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So Tatay, when you were young, when you were during your childhood, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know.
Well, when we were still a kid, my father was asking four of us boys. Oh, because my father was an ex-serviceman,
Okay.
and he wants his boys to be soldier also.
Oh wow.
So he asked, oh, who are interested of following my footsteps as a soldier? And then all of us, four of us, five rather, who volunteered to say, oh, I want to be soldier, Tatay.
Okay.
So
Oh wow.
fortunately, I succeeded
Yeah,
also in
that's so
following
cool.
his footsteps.
Yeah. And Tatay, during your teenager, what did you do for fun?
Well, I always go for because we live near the seashore, near the beach, so I went
Swimming?
swimming, and not only swimming but fishing.
Fishing too.
Yeah, yeah. I used to go fishing, and
How about the
I
like
was
a
a successful fisherman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about surfing? You do surfing too?
Surfing?
Yeah.
No, it was not. It was not a fad in our. That is for rich people.
Oh, rich people. Anyway, Tatay, let's move on to your adulthood. Did you go to university or college?
Oh yes, I went to. First, I was in the public school, and while I was in the primary and in elementary, and then high school. After high school, I went to the University of University of Santo Tomas.
Oh, yeah. So that's the oldest school in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I think that's the oldest school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Or I would say the oldest university in the Philippines.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I took up my advanced reserve officers training school, ROTC they call it,
Yeah, yeah.
and that is where I got my commission as an officer of the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
Okay. And how did you meet your spouse that I
And she became my sponsor, my ring sponsor when I graduated from the advanced ROTC.
Ah.
Yeah.
But how did you meet her? Like like in school or in the supermarket
Well,
or in the church?
it happened that we were staying in we were renting one of the rooms in her house in Manila.
Oh.
So that is where I met her first.
Yeah, yeah. And then you fell in love right away when you see her.
Not literally, I was still observing her.
Okay.
That
And,
time.
and can you tell me, Tatay, what makes your spouse special or unique?
Well, one thing that I could never forget about her, she was very caring.
Caring.
Yeah. At the time when I was already experiencing some what they call hypertension, and my heartbeat was irregular.
Yeah.
She used to check to monitor my heartbeat.
That's a very caring
That's
wife.
one thing that I could never forget because
Yeah.
I always what she was doing is that he could observe that I am uneasy. He used to put his ear near my heart.
Oh, yeah. Like listening to your heart.
Listen
Yeah.
to my
Yeah, yeah.
heartbeat.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. It's really, really awesome to have a
Yeah.
wife like that.
Yeah,
And
she
and
was.
how many children do you have?
I got 3 boys and 4 girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you ever had any nicknames or as a child or as an adult, like a nicknames that they call you?
They call me Osking.
Osking?
Yeah.
Like
For Oscar.
For Oscar, yeah. That's,
But mostly in the family, they call me Osking. Osking.
and what do you think are your 3 best qualities? I know that's a hard question, but yeah, 3 best qualities. Yeah.
One thing that I just I'm so straightforward and honest to my dealings with my people. My co my what's called
Your coworkers,
co-workers
coworkers,
yeah.
yeah, like from the
Yeah,
military.
associates.
Yeah, yeah. And how many years did you serve, Tay, in
Actually, I only served for 20 years.
20 years?
Yeah. and
Wow, that's
just,
long.
Just enough to reach my optional retirement.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's long enough. I think 20 years is long.
Yeah.
And Tatay, do you have any hobbies or special interests?
Well, number one, my number one interest in my what you call it's my probably the best sport that I chose is this game of golf.
Golf. Okay, I can tell that because you have like a necktie with a golf. Sorry.
the golf and the tee.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and what is your typical day like now, Tatay? What do you usually do during your free time or like normally, like during normal days?
For now, at my age, of course, I go for some little workout. Going to I go swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah, because luckily my daughter darling gave me
Membership to
the
recreation
Vivo.
center.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Vivo.
yeah. Oh, yeah, Vivo,
So I
yeah.
used to go to swimming. I go swimming and just a little exercise.
That's nice. That's nice. And Tatay, if you could go back to any age, which age would it be and why? If you go back to your like previous life, you know, like
Oh boy.
not previous life, like years.
How I wish I could go back to my 40th
40 years.
in my 40th my middle when I was still in the 40th years.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was, the
And why?
happiest.
Can you tell me why, Tay?
Yeah, because I was more of what you call
More,
strong and kicking.
more. Well, you're still strong, Tata. You're still strong and kicking. But I know what you mean, Tatay. And is there anything you wish you have done differently? Like, is there anything that you think that you have done differently, or like do you have any like regrets or
Regrets?
yeah, like that, or anything that you have done differently, Tay, that how can I that you think it's not the right thing to do, or you should do this instead of this, those stuff, you know?
Hmm. What do you mean? For example, what?
For example, let's say during my teenage years, I shouldn't drinking too much.
Oh,
You know,
I
those
see.
stuff like that, or I
Oh,
should go to more should go to more like more education, or that you have done differently. Yeah.
I see. Well, maybe I would say that I should have avoided some of this unnecessary vision.
Like a bad stuff. But that's
Actually, during the time, of course, what my contemporaries were doing, I
yeah,
did.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
So you
I was
always go
doing.
with the flow with your
Yeah, of
friends.
course. But I have the chance to when I have the chance to change it. Of course,
Yeah.
I said it's not.
Mhm.
It's not good for me.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
I did it. I feel good. I quit doing those things.
Those things, yeah. And Tay, what's the most difficult thing that ever happened to you?
What the most
Difficult
things
things
that oh well.
that ever happened to you. Was it during the war, or
Well, of course, yeah. It so happened that when I was in the service,
yeah.
yeah, there was a time when of course, we are just human.
Yeah.
That I made the wrong decision.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I also, although I didn't regret, because that is we are just human to
Yeah.
make mistakes.
And by the way, Tatay is a Korean veterans, right? Tay? You're a Korean veterans.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you go to Korea once in a while, and
Yeah, we are given the chance to revisit Korea
mhm.
at the expense of the Korean government.
Wow.
Yeah, for those who really fought in
Yeah.
the Korean War.
So you go there in Korea for a week, and then it's like they covered everything, like your
Yeah,
hotel, your
everything.
food.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did not spend anything except
Yeah.
probably when I want for my personal
Yeah.
personal needs.
Okay.
But I visited Korea
For many times,
twice.
twice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
At the expense of the Korean,
Korean government.
Yeah.
That's nice of them to do that for the Korean
In
veterans.
fact, I was able to bring some of those my dependents.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
including me maybe.
sure. Yeah, she's entitled.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, my grandchildren.
yeah. I think Tay, I have two more questions. What's your best piece of advice for living? The best piece of advice for living,
Well,
like especially like for us, teenagers.
the simple living is very for me.
Just being simple.
Yeah,
Being simple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, and what you are doing is I admire what you are doing. You both of you. I observe how you deal with your family life now because you are a family man.
Mhm. Yeah.
I think you are the right. You are making the right
Thing.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, well, we have inspiration here.
Thank you.
So one more question, Tatay. This is the final question.
No.
What would you like your children and grandchildren and great grandchildren to remember about you?
Well, for me, I hope they could still remember how loving I was with them, because I really love my grandchildren, of course my children at first, and my grandchildren, great grandchildren. I hope they will remember me as a loving great grandfather.
Oh, that's awesome, Tatay. Anyway, Tatay, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
And
you.
we also want to thank you for
It's an honor.
yeah,
It's an
for
honor.
giving us your life to fought during the war, and
Yeah.
you know, without you we're not here today.
You
So it's a great honor to have you, and yeah, thank you so much for
It's also an honor, Arvin, that you give me a chance to for this interview. You chose me as one of maybe your subject.
I think I made the best choice, Tatay. Thank you so much, Tay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arvin. It's an honor.